Hey, check this out.
Yo, bro, reach.
Hey, come listen to this, man.
Yo, let's go. They're starting.
Hey, welcome to the Cypher.
Hey everybody, it's Ali Aziz.
Shiloh.
Joseph Lee.
And Paul Mathon.
And we are the Cypher. Welcome to our first episode. Before we dive right in, we want you to know what this show is going to be about.
So basically, the word cipher is an informal gathering of rappers, beatboxers, and breakdancers in a big circle, in order to jam musically together.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing we want to do here: bring the different rappers and singers in Toronto and kind of letting them freestyle. And we want to basically let them showcase their hidden musical talents to kind of develop their own skills and you know,
And shed light, I guess.
shed
Let
light.
you guys
gonna be
know,
cool.
you know, what
You already know.
upcoming Toronto artists are.
Yeah,
You already
right here at
know.
Ryerson.
Well,
Right?
No, Ryerson's got some
In Toronto.
trash
In
rappers
Toronto.
still.
In
Oh,
Toronto.
chill, man.
Toronto.
I think
Yeah.
Toronto has trash.
I'm pretty sure all the rappers are going to be from Ryerson. Right?
Okay, so basically to get our first episode started, we want to give each other all of our backstory on on us and kind of how the cipher was created, and yeah, let's jump right into Mr. All His He's.
Okay. So when I guess my backstory would be, I'm interested in music. I did music in church, so I also did sound engineering. So
You did sound engineering?
Yeah, I do sound engineering at my church. So
Oh, damn.
I've been around music pretty well around most of my life.
What's your favorite kind of music?
Shout out to the littest church in history.
Oh.
Yo,
Ollie's
this
like,
church is
okay.
lit, bro. This church is lit.
Wait, say it again.
What's your favorite kind of music?
My favorite kind of music is, I guess it would be 2000s R&B. I also played bass guitar in
Damn, I didn't know that. You
in
should
middle
start a
school.
band.
So,
Damn.
Damn, this guy's an
Damn.
expert.
all right, let's go down to Shiloh.
Hello, I'm Shiloh.
Shiloh.
Music. I like all genres except for like country.
Hmm.
I'm also a drummer.
Does anyone
so
like country?
you know what? There's probably I think there are a couple like classic country songs that I could listen to,
Probably,
but like
yeah.
generally like I don't listen to country. I'm also a drummer, so a lot of the stuff, the beats I learn is kind of like all over the place. A lot of like Afro-Cuban, like jazz, funk, everything basically. So that's kind of where my like music reference comes from. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
All right,
I like a lot of
so-
old school music too. So yeah, I'm bringing that to this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's my turn. My name's
Yeah.
Joseph Lee. And basically my backstory on music, or I guess that per se, is I grew up with a very like musical background with me learning piano since like a young age.
Do you enjoy the piano? Do you like playing it or no?
Well, like I used to play it, but like I kind of stopped because it just got boring.
Yeah.
Mhm.
know?
Fair. I feel like
Sure.
everyone kind of went through a piano phase. You know,
And
like when I
piano-
went through it, I learned piano and then I quit.
Wow.
Yeah, and like I
Mm.
played the flute too in elementary school.
I remember that.
Ooh.
I remember
Yeah?
that.
You already know, eh?
Wait, you remember that? You were
Yeah,
there?
we were actually supposed to take flute lessons.
Wait, you guys know each other
Oh yeah,
before
no, we
this?
don't know. No,
flute
we don't.
lessons.
Wait, what? What's going on?
Basically, in middle school, you had a class
Mhm.
called music, and they made you like actually learn the flute,
Mm.
Just the flute?
just the flute.
That's interesting.
Why?
It was.
That's kind of
I know
weird,
there's
man.
like I know we were forced to learn like recorder, but like
Yeah.
flute?
Wait, is that a recorder and flute the same thing?
No,
I mean,
bro, it's not the
okay.
same thing.
What's a recorder?
Paul, you
What's a re-
peasant.
What's a
The
recorder?
recorder is
Peasant.
the vertical. You hold it like this and you blow. You literally make. It's not
But-
even.
Oh, okay, that's
But
what.
flute's like,
Oh no, not flute then. Not
Flute's
flute.
way more
No, no.
complicated.
I was with the recorder.
Okay.
Paul, you peasant.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, so basically that's kind of my backstory on music. So, my huge fan. Well, my family is also a big fan of music, but personally, I'm like a huge fan of hip hop. Like recent hip hop, J. Cole. We got Chance the Rapper. You got Logic.
Yeah.
You already know. So I'm a huge hip hop fan, but I also like different genres of music. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. Sounds
Cool.
cool. All right.
Paul, you want?
Paul, your turn.
I mean, I didn't have a very musical, like, childhood. I just really like music in terms of rap. And when Joseph mentioned Logic, the Logic is the GOAT.
Whoa, yo.
My favorite rapper. My favorite rapper. Yes, my favorite rapper. Of all the options, Logic was like one of the first artists where I actually got into music.
Seriously.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I've been listening to him since like the 10th grade. Through him, I found all these other rappers, like Kanye.
You found Kanye.
I found
through
Kanye
Logic.
through Logic.
Yo,
Yeah.
what?
Exactly. Tribe Called Quest. Cause Logic, he listened to a lot of them, so he sort of mentioned them, and I just went on and just started finding them. And
Actually, before we move on, there's a funny connection that me and Paul have.
okay, what is
And,
this? I don't know what this
And
is.
I'm
but-
pretty sure you know what it's gonna be about. So basically, it was back in September for one of our audio classes, RT 104, and we were told to do a vox pop where we'd grab one of these like Zoom portable recorders and go out in the field and like ask people a bunch of different questions, right? So me and my buddy, we go out. We're looking for people to interview. And like I see he's in that corner with a Zoom recorder, like he's pointing the mic the
I remember
opposite
that.
way,
Okay,
like,
okay.
and like you're like you just look like super lonely, bro. So like
Well, I was recording ambient sounds outside. Okay, I was just recording the sound effects of
He's
life.
recording ambience.
Yeah.
So I went up to the guy. I'm like, yo, like, could you do an interview for me? And he's like, yeah, like, and then that's how we kind of met each other. Just
See,
like,
from my point of view,
he's a
I was
skinny
standing there,
Indian.
and I saw Joseph and some guy come out the doors. And Joseph, like, this guy's a huge guy, right? I'm like, okay, this guy probably listens to music. And he's like walking, and then I'm like, I think I asked you if you wanted to be on my box pop.
I think you asked me first then.
Yeah. And then we just had a conversation about music. It's pretty-
Wow. We're having a
Now
family
we're-
reunion right
Exactly.
here.
And this same friendship was the original idea for this whole
Oh
podcast.
hell
right?
yeah!
Cool, cool. Yeah.
You guys want to tell that story
Let's-
too?
All you tell them, man.
Yeah, you came out with the
Yeah,
idea.
let's
Summer.
give
I
him a
mean,
shot.
you guys are the ones that ended. Okay, so these two end up. Okay, so I end up knowing these two as friends, and then one day
Just
these two
friends?
and yeah,
Just friends?
Just friends.
Ollie,
Thought
we're
we
just
were
friends.
Come on, man.
Okay, so these two end up coming up to me with this Sicko Mode remix that they did.
Speaking about the Sicko Mode remix,
Don't play it, man.
should we play it?
No, don't play it. It's not.
Mm.
It's not up to par. So, yeah.
Okay, so then they once they showed it to me, and I listened to it, I was like, oh, maybe we instead of having just average people do freestyles, we could have different rappers and different singers come on to a show that we ourselves could make, and that was the original
But yeah,
origin. Of
that
the
was a
Cypher.
very. I mean, we didn't want to show Ollie. Joseph was like, "Yo, Ollie, look what we just did." Like, me and Joseph, we just booked out a studio and we just started freestyling, or sort of.
And we made a promise that music will never be shown to the outside public.
Exactly. And then this guy, he rendered it, uploaded it to his Google Drive, and just kept it with him. Literally 5 minutes later, he shows it to Ollie, and yeah, Ollie was like, "Okay, we should take this further," you know.
Mm.
But yeah,
And here we are. Here we are.
Here we
Yeah.
are. I'm a new addition to this trio, so
how did Shiloh get into this?
How does Shiloh get
yeah, it's
into
a good
this?
Oh,
question.
this year.
Who's Shiloh?
Shiloh.
Okay, so now we'll just go on to go around the table and see what our favorite albums from last year were.
Oh,
Favorite-
okay.
Oh man, you put me
Okay,
on the spot.
okay.
Now I have to like
okay.
Our
I think
one favorite, or like?
favorite. I don't know.
Yeah, or just like
Can it be in general or from last
in general.
year?
From
No, let's
That's
do last year.
possible.
Let's do last year.
Last year,
That's
what
last
albums
year.
were released
Last
last year?
A
no,
lot of them.
let's do all time. All time.
all time.
All
All
time?
favorite.
I can talk about favorite. I could talk about favorite artist of all time. That's actually impossible. Like
Yeah.
for me, that's like impossible.
Okay, a
But I can
favorite
talk about
album.
like top 5.
Okay.
Let's just do our
I'm
favorite
gonna
artist.
say what one of my favorite artists is. That's
Yeah.
all I'm gonna do.
Okay,
Yeah.
Shiloh goes
You want
first.
to go first? Okay, so I like a lot of old school stuff. So like obviously Tribe, Nas, Dilla. I also love like Coltrane. He's a jazz artist. Who else? I think Earl Sweatshirt's dope. He's underrated, and his lyrics are just like way beyond.
I never really got into him.
Yeah, you have to like. I don't know. He's kind of underrated. He also just he just released an album recently, but
Yeah.
like he doesn't really release music that often. So, but if you actually read his lyrics, like the stuff he's saying is on another level.
Yeah, I tried listening to that album.
Yeah.
It wasn't really for me,
Yeah. That's
Right?
fair. Yeah.
and it was very short too.
Yeah, it was.
very short.
He has like a certain sound, but like Earl, yeah. He's a smart dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are my
Mr. Ollie.
Okay. So my favorite artist, right? Or just like
artists.
Artists.
an artist. Okay.
Three artists. Top
Okay.
3 artists.
My first would be Chance the Rapper,
Okay.
which we will be talking about later in the show.
Yes, sir.
And I also like Drake,
Okay.
and then
Six God.
Six God. Rapper, six city.
Six Papa.
Six
Six Papi. Papi chulo.
I'm not sure if you guys have heard of this guy, but Futuristic. He's like I guess a less known artist, but he's a good rapper. You know, he's kind of like a speed rapper, like Eminem.
I think Eminem is one of the GOAT. I think like he'll go down as one of the
I mean, he's like
greatest
in his 40s and he's still killing rappers.
I think he's a GOAT, honestly.
Yeah, in wordplay and like lyrically, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, so my favorite music album has to be this is easy, man. Like you already know it. Lil Pump, Harvard Dropout.
Oh, you said you never heard it though.
No, I heard it. No.
Okay.
So Lil Pump, Daddy Pump, Harvard Dropout. Everybody want to be like me. That's like the best song. So
I
I
just
think,
came out like last week though.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
It did.
we're talking about like overall. Like, what would you say?
Dude, this is hard, bro. Lil Pump, Harvard Dropout. That's
Okay,
it.
okay.
That's it. That's it.
I like 3 songs on that album, but okay.
Top 3 artists for me. I think my favorite one, honestly, has to be Lil Baby.
Yo, baby.
Lil Baby number 1.
Little baby. What is that?
Shiloh's like, I don't know
you
any
don't
of these
hear
rappers.
Number 2 has to be probably Drake. My last one probably has to be Suicide Boys. You guys probably don't know who they are.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
No.
No.
Their music is too
Suicide
aggressive.
Boys
for me.
goes what?
It's too aggressive for me.
Suicide Boy?
Paul, me and we're gonna dude, like we got some beef going on, man.
Yeah, I
You
know,
think
man.
Suicide Boys
I
is
know.
trash?
No, I never said they're trash. I just feel like their music is too much for me.
What are they like? What's their sound?
Demonic.
Garbage.
Demonic.
It's demonic. Yeah.
Straight up demonic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell by their
But
names.
they
Suicide
have flow
Boys.
though. They have flow. Like they have really good flow. Admit that, bro.
I mean, I don't listen too much of them.
Okay, so now on to Paul. Your top
Um,
3 artists.
All right. Like I said before, obviously Logic.
Boo.
Chill out, man. I just love his lyrical skills. Even his message. You know, he's a very peaceful
That is true.
and lovable guy, right? In terms of like my favorite album last year, it's got to be Swimming by Mac Miller. Like
Rest
I
in
never
peace.
really
Rest
got
in
into
peace.
Mac Miller.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. But like when I heard that album, I still play it. Like even today, I was playing it this morning. That's got to be my favorite album. But in terms of favorite artists of all time, there's Logic, J. Cole.
Oh, I forgot J. Cole. Wait, hold on. Take out Suicide Boys. My J. Cole. Take out J. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole. He's up there. He's killing the game right now. You know.
You already know.
And let's see.
J. Cole or Kendrick? Choose one now. Paul.
J.
Oh,
J. Cole.
Yeah, just
Joe.
because he's releasing way more music
Yeah.
and
That's
he
true.
just has me in a vibe.
That's
right
true.
now,
That's true.
right?
Ollie, J. Cole or Kendrick?
J. Cole.
Joe, J. Cole or Kendrick?
J. Cole any day.
Shiloh's like, I don't like any of you.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say
And,
anything. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
Let's see, number 3. Do you guys know NF?
No.
NF.
Oh, I know NF.
You know him, right?
He goes hard.
Yeah, he's like a little version of Eminem,
Okay.
but I was really into him before.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I gotta say Kendrick will be number 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So mumble rap versus lyrical rap. That's a debate.
So wait, what is your definition of mumble
of
rap?
mumble rap?
Yeah.
That's literally it.
What about 21 Savage? Like,
No,
he's-
I don't think it's mumble rap.
Nah.
But he mumbles a little,
He mumbles a little,
but he still has lyrical.
He's still
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still
you
lyrical and he's
hear
got
the
flow
words,
too,
you
right?
know?
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess mumble rap, obviously, if I can't understand what you're saying, that's mumble rap. But then also there's a certain like sound associated with mumble rap.
What about Future? Not futuristic, but
Future.
Futurist.
No, I like Future goes really hard. Like that's
Yeah.
what, like he's got really like super fire beats. Like, have you seen like his like collabs with like Tory Lanez? Like,
no.
No.
it's fire though. It's so fire.
Is
like-
that mumble rap though?
It's mumble rap.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he's mumbling and he's auto-tuned too. Right?
What is
but
that?
it's fire
Okay.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
so
So
fire.
Joe, would you say you prefer mumble rap?
to some degree. Yeah.
Really?
Like I wouldn't listen to like if if I'm
In the gym.
if I'm trying to get hyped up, like just in a
Right.
good mood, just trying to get hyped up, I listen to guys like Future, like Tory Lanez, like those like kind of like semi mumble rappers,
Okay, like new school,
Okay.
like trap.
new school, like super hard beat, like
Okay.
trap, like. I think there's like a time and place for like lyrical rap, like Logic, Eminem, Kendrick, Kanye, like those guys.
But I mean, they're also making lyrical and mumble rap. Like Logic,
they?
he's doing both. Pretty much.
Logic's doing mumble rap.
Yeah, he's got his lyrical albums Under Pressure, The Incredible True Story. Then he has Bobby Tarantino, which is about with drugs, money.
So mumble rap or lyrical rap, Ollie?
I would go with lyrical just because there's more variety within that. You know, mumble you can only.
For sure.
I feel like you can only do so much within that
Yeah, I agree.
spectrum.
True.
Paul,
Paul?
what about you?
Oh, I kind of answered it. I'm with Joe here. There's a time and place for it.
Mm.
At the gym, I'm not listening to lyrical rap. you
True.
know. I'm listening
True,
to
true.
Lil Pump,
Right.
all these guys just to get hyped. But
True.
but sometimes I'll be in my feelings, listening to
Just roll
listening to actually J. Cole and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to the lyrics about real issues, politics, and stuff like that.
True.
But yeah, there's a time and place for it.
Hell yeah, I agree.
I like listen to. I mean, generally, I would say I prefer like lyrical rap,
Yeah.
just based on the fact that I listen to a lot of old school stuff.
Mm.
Like Rappers Delight, like that type of stuff, like Bonita Applebum, all that type of stuff.
Okay, so moving on to the next one. So within this podcast, we'll be having different segments like current news in the music world and new music videos being released by different artists. So right now in the current news, we have Chance the Rapper, his coloring book from his last album, surpassing 1.5 billion streams on Spotify. Wow,
Damn,
how you guys feel about that?
that's a big number there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he
And-
also
isn't his music only streamed?
he's not signed to any label.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's independent all the way through and through. He also said that he has a new album coming out in July as well.
Ollie, are you a
Chance.
big Chance Rapper fan then?
Yeah, I've been listening to him more recently. So yeah,
What's his style? Like I haven't listened to
Chance?
Chance too much. Yeah.
Doesn't he incorporate kind of like a lot of like gospel
yeah,
type of stuff? Like he'll use a lot of like choirs in his songs
Yeah.
and that type of like powerful, just a lot of things going on at once. But I don't listen to him, so do you want to explain it?
What are his lyrics like? Like if you know Lil Pump, it's like drugs, money.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes on his last album, it was more so his I guess his life, his meaning and stuff like that. Because on one song, Same Drugs, it was about how he and someone else were kind of the same, but then they ended up going on different paths,
Damn.
basically. So yeah, more about life, kind of like I guess him seeing the world in a different path as he has a daughter now. So
Do they play Chance the Rapper at church, Ollie?
no.
Dude, like Ollie, you gotta tell us about your church, man. The latest church in Mississauga.
We gotta all go take a trip to his church
Yeah, like-
and
Honestly.
record, and we'll bring you a sample of his church music.
Yeah, at the end of every year they have this event called Open Heavens. So they have different artists coming in like Kirk Franklin, Israel Houghton, just different artists, different groups like that. And
So do they rap or
I mean, Kirk Franklin raps a bit, but then
Christian rap.
Christian rap, right?
Don't they have like choirs sometimes? Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have like 15-man choir, 15 group people choir.
and they got like disco lights like going all over. Like
Do they really?
Definitely-
You have
definitely
to
not
go
disco
to church, bro. The latest church in history.
So, new music videos out in the music scene. J. Cole, have you guys seen that new J. Cole Middle Child music
Yes.
video?
Yeah, I heard it.
How do you feel
I
about
mean,
that?
I watched it too. It was really interesting. Had a lot of lyrical, like
It was like
hidden messages in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like to add on to that, it was visually stunning. Like visually stunning. Like visually
The aesthetic is amazing.
aesthetically good.
Yeah.
Like some transitions were like J. Cole's like on the spotlight, like he'd be rapping,
Mm-hmm.
and then the background would go black. Like it'll be black,
Yeah.
and then it'll light up again, and like he's in a new background. Like some transitions like that would be like super sick.
See, Joe is a big video guy, so he knows.
Oh,
all
you
this
guys,
kind of
media
stuff.
production students.
Yeah, this guy
So,
loves
yeah.
that kind
He's
of
not.
stuff.
You're not media production.
I'm not media
We're,
production.
we're new media.
I can be though. So.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about the ending though? Like having the black girl
Oh,
face.
I have so much commentary on that.
Oh, let's talk about the
Okay.
beginning first.
Oh,
though.
yeah, that's true. The beginning.
Yeah,
Before we
like-
go to the end.
Like
So
this,
the beginning, there's like an audience, right? A diverse crowd. Yeah, and he was like, what? It was dark and there was a spotlight on him.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think that means?
Yeah, so basically, that was sort of supposed to represent the Grammys, since he's
Oh.
like
Mhm.
performing in front of all these people and they're all dressed up, right? And like Joe was saying, the lights turned off and the scene changed. We saw that there were dead bodies then, no? Like after people were sitting,
they're
they're dead
covered.
bodies.
Yeah.
And I think there he was just trying to say like, all these people like they're just here for like the hype artist or whatever, since he never goes to the Grammys, right?
Oh.
And I guess that was just him trying to like show his point. And yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he also mentioned that his Bentley was dirty or whatever, and that he actually had a Bentley that
Yeah.
was like dirty. That was pretty cool. Like, how
Drive
do you get a
around
car
in
like
mud.
that? Oh, dirty.
I mean, just driving into the mud, I guess.
Yeah, but damn, it's a Bentley. Like, and then again, he doesn't really care about money, so I would say so.
I don't know what happened after that.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the video too.
I remember
oh,
the
yeah.
ending though, because I was like, damn, that's
Yeah,
true.
what are your thoughts on the ending?
The ending? So basically, like, okay, basically in the end,
What happened at the
there's
end?
there's like a white woman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she's grocery shopping,
Mhm.
and you have like the processed meats that are packaged. So instead of having processed meat in it, there's like black females' faces, like squished.
Oh,
kinda.
I thought.
I thought that was
yeah.
Nicki Minaj. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Mm.
but
I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't know who it
I
was.
don't- I
though.
don't-
I guess
don't
it's just the general black
Yeah.
face. so.
So inside the meat whatever containers, and she's like shopping. So I took that as kind of like, even the way she was dressed, there's like this. I don't want to say culture appropriation because it's kind of not really, but
I was
this
gonna
like
say that too.
yeah, but like I wouldn't say she was cultural appropriating, but trying to adopt this kind of like urban style. And I hate associating being urban with being black, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there's certain styles that certain communities don't get acknowledged for. So she was kind of wearing that, and I guess what I viewed the ending was she was kind of like shopping and grabbing like identity, like black identity.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh,
Quite,
okay,
quite
okay.
literally. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's how I saw it.
Yeah.
Even the way she was walking and dress, like, yeah.
Well, there's this
crazy.
thing: if a white woman does something about her fashion that usually black people would do,
Yeah.
it gets noticed more
Oh.
than say a
Right.
black person, right?
Which is because we do it, or
Yeah.
not all of us, but.
Yeah.
I guess the majority or the
Or like
stereotypical.
it like stems from like black communities.
Mhm.
So that's kind of like what I viewed it as.
There's also this one part where J. Cole had like heads over his fire.
Yeah, he had heads of rappers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what do you guys think that meant?
I guess that was just shots at like mumble rappers.
All the mumble rappers.
Like
yeah.
there was
I mean-
one head with green hair.
I mean, he also had Jay
Probably
Z's
Lil
head
Pump.
there
He
too.
did.
You know,
He did.
Yeah.
Jay-Z does not mumble rap. I wonder
maybe
what that is.
maybe it's like idolizing rappers and wanting to be maybe putting everything, maybe putting your life on the line to become something that you idolize.
I don't
And,
think you
um,
idolize people by showing them over your.
No, I mean
that means
like
you hunted for them, killed them, chopped
I mean,
off their
like,
head, right?
I mean like everyone dies, but then idolizing them doesn't get you any further or closer to that.
I never saw Jay-Z's head, but okay.
Did you guys any of you watch the 21 Savage music video?
I watched a part of it. Did you watch it, Joe? Yeah. Joe watched it.
What
Okay.
are your thoughts, Joe?
What are my thoughts? What are my thoughts?
How much money you got?
Yeah. How much money you got?
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot.
Again, like, just like J. Cole's Middle Child video, he incorporated a lot of like hidden meanings or messages with like visual aspects that kind of blend them in, and it was I think it was a great music video that conveyed a certain message that 21 wanted to convey. And
What message do you think?
what message?
Without having a lot of money and a lot of problems. Yeah.
Yeah, because in the video you also see how he goes. You take a shot of every family member
Every family,
and
yeah.
how they've had their own problems. Some dying, some going through health problems, and then not everyone has the perfect life. You know.
Yeah, like we think that all these rappers they're happy with their money, but sometimes we don't see like they actually have problems like us.
We never get to see the bad sides. We never get to see like the dark side, you know?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
on Instagram and social media and stuff, it's only the highlights that people post.
Yeah, like
It's
their
never-
cars, money, jewelry, but in the back, like they all got problems, just like us,
Everyone
you know?
else.
Everyone else, yeah.
And there's
And-
never a certain amount of money that can like really stop or
For
solve
sure.
that problem.
For
you know?
sure.
And a
You
lot of
guys think-
times these
oh, sorry.
mumble rappers,
Mhm.
they don't have that much money. They just take all their money from their bank account, flex on Instagram, and then
They put it back.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think maybe there's always a deeper meaning between any song that we listen to, even within the lyrics itself. There's always a deeper meaning within. I don't
Yes.
know.
There's a deeper meaning always.
Yeah,
Um,
always.
I mean, with a lot of like services nowadays, like Genius and stuff, we can always look at the lyrics.
Yeah.
But saying before, people really had to like listen to the song and decipher by themselves.
And
Yeah.
interpret. What
Yeah.
they-
Yeah, for sure.
Nowadays, we just Google it and we're like, this is what this means.
Yeah, and some people just listen to a song without actually thinking about.
Yes, they listen to the beat.
The
Like,
production, like the. Like,
Yeah.
like how it actually sounds
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of the actual words.
Okay, so you want to wrap it up, Ollie?
Ollie?
Alright, so this is the Cypher. I hope you guys enjoyed it as our first episode. Hope you stick around to the finale where we have many more artists, different music managers, different people around the music scene in Toronto and in hip hop. So
Guys,
stay
like, so-
tuned.
Yeah, I mean, like just like Ollie said, like we have really big things coming. Like every week we're gonna have different
Possibly every other week.
Every
every other week
Okay,
or
yeah.
every week, yeah. We're gonna have different like
artists,
Artists.
artists. Like we're gonna do like music breakdowns. Like what else are we
Mhm.
gonna do?
games.
We're gonna have
games.
different segments, different box pops that we go out and into the campus of Ryerson and just find different artists and
For
different
sure,
people
for
who are
sure.
interested in music.
So like every week we're gonna have something different. Like, and this is the #1 podcast in the world. So
The number one.
the #1 podcast. So
All right.